Our next guest won 2 Tony Awards for writing the amazing Broadway musical, A Strange Loop. I'm honored to be one of the producers of the show. It's so good, y'all. Please welcome my friend, Michael R. Jackson. Now, the last time I saw you was at the Tonys.
That's right. Like, it was a real whirlwind when they announced Best Musical and we all had to go backstage. And,
Yes.
And,
Look it up.
that was like a beautiful moment. I had on this crazy pink cape that everybody kept stepping on.
Did you plan that look for this moment?
A little bit.
Yeah? Because it was a statement. I love a good look.
A loud one.
And
exclamation point.
You look good holding your Tony. Now, you wrote the whole show, but you didn't write a speech.
I did not write a speech.
Tell me about that.
I just think I got a little nervous, and I'm normally really good at sort of speaking, from the heart, but then suddenly when they called my name and I got up there, and I saw it was like 30 seconds, 29 seconds, 28 seconds, 27 seconds, and people were screaming, and I just started saying words, and but I think it came out okay. But in the moment I was like, why didn't I write that down?
No, I understand.
So always write down your speech. Always write down your speech.
So from here on out, you'll write out your speech.
I'm gonna write it on my hand.
You're gonna write it on your hand. Oh my God. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be a part of the show and the production.
Yes, thank you for being a part of it.
Yes. Can you tell, if you ain't seen this show, please go see this show. It is so amazing. I love it so much. Can you tell them what Strange Loop is about?
Yeah, A Strange Loop is a musical about a young, fat, black, gay musical theater writer named Usher, who works as an usher at a Broadway show. And he's writing a musical about a young, fat, black, gay musical theater writer named Usher, who works as an usher at a Broadway show, who's writing a musical, and so on and so forth, and sort of cycling through his own sort of thoughts and feelings about different areas of his life. Yeah.
Were you really an usher on a Broadway show?
I was an usher for 5 long years. I ushered at The Lion King, Mary Poppins, and a little brief stint at Aladdin. So I went all through the Disney pantheon.
And that's when you came up with the whole concept of the...
Well, I had been working on the show for a while, a little bit before that. It started off as a monologue that I started writing when I was 23, called Why I Can't Get Work, because I had just graduated from playwriting school and I had no idea what I was gonna do. And that sort of monologue, I went to grad school for musical theater writing, started writing some music, that changed it, and then I started ushering, and I started watching audiences watch these shows night after night after night after night, and that sort of started to enter into the piece, this idea of a self-referential musical, and I sort of really credit that time, even though I was like kind of miserable, with helping me make the piece better, because even though I hated that job, I loved theater, and I loved watching audiences watch the show, and that's sort of what the show, A Strange Loop, is kind of about.
I don't know where I want to go next, because I'm thinking of the show, and it's such an experience, because it kind of puts you, and I want to know if this was a part of your process when I think back to seeing it, because it kind of puts you in the same headspace as the character, so you're kind of experiencing it with the character. So from a creative perspective, I was curious to know, like, was that your intention in writing it? Because I felt that was super genius.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I like, because as I mentioned before, I was 23 when I started writing this monologue, and it was a very uncertain time in my life, and the piece isn't autobiographical, but it is personal, and I just really wanted to sort of put an audience in this protagonist's shoes, and I wanted to make them see the world through his eyes. And so it's been really thrilling to sort of watch all people from all different walks of life come into the theater and to see this protagonist who you've never seen, on a Broadway stage before, really sort of pour his heart out, and he goes to some sort of deep places. Sometimes he's like very shady, sometimes he's very, emotional, and I want people to just like take a moment to sort of experience the world as he sees it.
You did just that. You really did just that. Have you heard from people that was affected by the show?
Yeah, like so many people, I often go and talk to people as the show is letting out, and there was this one gentleman who came up to me, sort of waited for everybody to sort of dissipate. And he told me that he had, been having some struggles with his family, sort of accepting him and his sexuality. And he invited some of them to come to the show. And he told me that once they saw the show with him, it opened up a dialogue in their family about him. And I was so touched by that. Because that's this other thing about theater in general, is that it can reach across the proscenium, and you can really touch people, and it can bring people together, and you can have a common experience. And again, because I started writing the show from such a lonely place, that it was able to move to a place of an audience sort of taking it in, is very moving to me. So I'm so grateful.
You did exactly that. Tell me what your parents think about your success.
Oh, my parents are over the moon. They are, oh, my mommy and daddy. I love them. They're like the greatest people. They're my biggest cheerleaders. They came with me to the Tonys. They, my dad sometimes will go, will just randomly start telling people, this is my son in a newspaper, or whatever, strangers or whatever. And my mom, she's probably watching right now.
Hi, Mom. I'm Jennifer.
And they're just they're extremely proud, and it makes me happy to see them happy.
Yeah. So did you watch them get happy and have fun at the Tonys?
Oh, yes. There was a moment that's I had to go all around creation to get to do press and stuff, and I came back to go to my seat, and I stopped by there where they were seated, and there's this picture that somebody took of me and my mother, of her reaching up and grabbing my face, and it's my favorite picture.
Oh, you better frame that.
Ever.
You had to frame that.
Yeah.
I know you have.
Yeah. I mean, and she that's who she is. You can see who she is in that picture, and I love her so much.
I love that. That's what these moments are all about.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. Now, here you have a little surprise for me.
I do. We have a little special message from some friends that we'd like to share with you.
Oh, my God.
Hope you enjoy it.
Let's see.
Hey, Miss Producer! We're backstage at the Lyceum in New York City getting ready for a performance of A Strange Loop, and we just wanted to say congratulations on your beautiful new talk show. We love you so much, and we cannot wait for you to come visit us again here at the Lyceum.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel and turn on that notification bell so you're the first to see our latest videos.